Is your cooking gas burner giving you problem today? You turn it, no flick, no flame, no gas, no fire. What do? You can see what I hold here. This is the igniter, and that is what is giving you problem. Follow along as I show you how to fix that in this video. Stick with me to the end to learn the last part, which is very important for your safety, to ensure that your burner is not leaking gas, which might be dangerous for your use. Come, let me show you how to fix that. So we want to repair the gas stove igniter. The igniters have become so stiff and they are not making a spark. So we want to repair this so that they can function very well again. And we'll look at what we can do to make it function and give us a good spark immediately when it is being ignited. So we have a kerosene here. This is kerosene for washing some mechanical parts. We have engine oil for lubrication of necessary parts. Also we have specially made grease for lubrication as well. So let us start and see what's to be done now. So we will start by removing the switches. Here is the seal that seals the gas pipe to the igniter. So we remove this burner in order to get this igniter out. So to remove the burner, there are two screws up here that hold it down. So we use the two screws. So we carefully remove these top plates in order not to get the rubber seal removed. It could be a little bit problematic in fixing.
So we turn it upside down again.
To remove the burner, we have two screws that hold this burner down here. Remove the two of them to get the burner out, and we can easily remove the igniter. Here is the igniter. So we need to inspect whether this is still working. This is actually making proper spark. There is spark there. You can see there is spark being made around here. So what is left is how to get the gas out of the burner such that the spark will light the gas on the burner. So most likely the tiny passageway that the gas passes through is blocked or half blocked, and also the igniter switch is a little bit stiff, so we need to lubricate that. When we lubricate it, we make it free, then we wash the inner parts of the igniter. We wash the inner parts. After washing, we lubricate to make it work well. Now as we do that, we will avoid opening these parts. There is a spring system there, and if the spring comes out, it may be so difficult to set them back so that the igniter system can be working as it should. So we will not tamper with that section, but we will look at the other area that might be stiff or not lubricated. So that is what we are going to focus on. The spark is still working. And this is the situation we have. The inner part is rusty, and so we are going to clean up and lubricate to make it run smoothly so that it can bring the spark to the gas line. We also clean the inside through the space through which the gas is passing. So we use fuel to wash it clean. Particles inside. You can see dirt coming out. So we clean the inside. So it's a little bit free now. And then we are going to apply grease. We're going to apply grease in here after this cleaning. So by blowing air into the hole, any pieces of dirt in the passageway for the gas will be removed. So we clean the inside also, the passageway for the gas. When your gas igniter is stiff and not functioning, check out for these two parts after opening it. This and this, the two of them have rusts around them and then some dirt, and that is what you need to clean up. There is rusting and corrosion around them, and so they become stiff. So what you need to do is to remove them and carefully clean up the corrosion and rust. Apply lubrication such as oil or grease and fix back. Then the igniter will be easier, free to switch. That is what is needed. So you can do something like this by rubbing it on a rough surface or sandpaper. Then you'll be able to remove some corrosion and dirt around it, and clean it also in fuel. Clean it with fuel, and then remove any debris, dirt. After which you apply grease. Also, the inner part of this is where the gas will pass through to bring the gas out to the burning section here. So it has to be clean also. When the gas is not coming out as it should, that means there is corrosion, rusting inside the inner part of this particular member. We have spring inside, and then when there is much corrosion around that spring and rusting, then it will be stiff and it will not allow the easy passage of the gas. Even when your igniter is still sparking, when there is too much rusting and corrosion and some dirt inside, the gas will not quickly reach outside in order to light up on the burner. So for that reason, you need to actually clean up this particular part. Is important, and that is the most important part in the igniting process. So after cleaning these parts also very well like that, we apply grease around it here so that it can easily roll inside and make the switching to be so effortless and easy. So we apply a thin layer of grease around it. Thin layer. Then we assemble it back to its position. Check from behind. You can see that the nozzle has an opening here, and that is where the gas is coming out from. That must be blocked until you press the igniter switch. Until you press it, this particular one must be closed. For it to be closed, it must be placed inside the housing here. The housing has an opening out here. So if it is placed like this and the nozzle is now open, that is the position when the gas is working and the burner is burning, bringing flame for cooking. So before you activate the igniter, this must be closed. In that case, you must turn the nozzle round like this so that here is closed. But when you activate it for cooking, it will be turned like this and it will be open, and the nozzle outlet will be bringing the gas. So when it has not been activated, it must be closed like this. So this is the right position, and that is very important for safety. If it's not like this, when you turn on the gas and it is working, after you close and stop the burning from the igniter, the gas will still be coming out, and then the burning will not stop. Even if you quench the fire, the gas will be leaking into the house. That is dangerous, so you must avoid that. So
Now we begin to assemble every part back to their normal position. See the inner part there. Put it inside first. That's what is locking the switch in position. That does not rotate 360 degrees. It has a hook here that you can see. We insert that one inside first. After which we also insert the spring and you close the two heads together so that the igniter switch and the nozzle, they are hooked to each other vertically, as you can see. Now, to properly install this, you watch the next video how to properly install this together.
You lock the mouth of the nozzle to the knob that we activate from outside. So this particular member will be locked to this particular member. So when they are well locked, then you set them into each other and screw them down together. So we can couple this back. And the last part you want to be careful about is the setting of this burner. You could see the way it is set here. You can see the way it is set. This burner must be carefully set such that when it enters into the gas line here, it is well balanced. The gas and the air ratio is well balanced so that when you spark the igniter, the gas combination and the air is suitable for the spark to light and to continue burning without going out suddenly. When it goes out suddenly, the gas will still be coming out, and that is dangerous for cooking. It must be such that when you spark it and it is bringing flame and fire, there is no sudden quenching by the burner. So the setting is actually what makes that possible. So we want to check the setting here. Okay. So we need to check from the other side. You can see it. The lighter is now inside the burner and it must be well set.
And the two are burning very well now. Don't forget to like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Until another time, I say see you in my next video. Bye.